marketed to culture in the history of the world. Let me say that again so that you really grasp it. We live today in the most marketed to, advertised to, sold to culture in the history of the world, right here in the United States of America. And if we are going to have financial peace, two words that don't go together, we are going to have to develop a resistance to that marketing. Not that buying things is bad necessarily, but buying too many things with money we don't have to impress people we don't really like is a bad idea. We have to stop and think about this. When I got in the real estate business at 18 years old, they taught us for the real estate test, they taught us a Latin phrase. It's probably the only Latin phrase I know, so I'll brag and use the one that I know. It says caveat emptor. And caveat emptor means buyer beware. Buyer beware, because in the real estate business, typically the home that is listed, the seller is paying the commission both of the agent that has the sign in the yard and maybe of the agent that's bringing you to look at the house. And so technically speaking, in that situation, the buyer does not have representation. And so we were taught to teach the buyer to beware, because we're supposed to represent the person paying us in that situation, the seller. Now, agency laws have changed, and now we have buyer's representation for agents and other things. But generally speaking, that's where that comes from. And just when you think about marketing and people selling us stuff like crazy, that's a good idea to just say, buyer beware. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to buy things. Again, I'm not one of those financial guys who says you can't have a good time. I want you to live like no one else so that later you can live like no one else. We're going to keep doing that over and over because we want to really stick that down in our spirits. We want to sacrifice to win, and then we want to enjoy the winning. So there's nothing wrong with buying a product or enjoying a good product. There's nothing wrong with participating in buying something from a good salesman. A good salesman is fun to buy from. They have a servant's heart, and they know how to sell, and they're professional at what they do, and it makes the whole process, pretty fun. Today, companies use every possible angle to aggressively compete for your money. The company that is not sophisticated in their marketing, the company that is not aggressive in their marketing, the company that does not have a marketing budget generally doesn't stay open. Competition is too fierce for the consumer dollar. You know, all you gotta do is walk down the mall to see this. You got 63 stores selling the same stuff. And competition is too fierce to get your dollars, your precious dollars, to engage you. And they are very good at what they do.
Hey, Carl, you got a call on line 4. Carl, line 4.
Hey, how you doing today? Yeah, good to see you. Come here a second. I want you to have a seat in this car and smell that fine Corinthian leather. Ah, it's lovely. It's got Bluetooth, and it also has a surround sound with an iPod dock. You do have an iPod, don't you? Oh, hey, listen to this. Listen. 0% for the first 2 weeks, and it adjusts monthly after that, okay? You'll probably want to get the full roadside coverage on this deal. Oh, and this little rain sensing wiper, well, of course, it's got the converters. It's got the twin ace ply. It also has wheel locks, so you don't lose these couples either way. It's coming down the situation. Stop. I'm not going to do this to you. I knew it the second you walked up. I said, I like this person. I want to give you the insider deal, okay? Now, I don't know if I can make this happen because I need to get manager approval on this deal, but I'm going to do my very best, okay? You just hang on, sit tight, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I cannot believe the manager just approved this deal. This is unbelievable. I am sure that you are aware that all the cell phone companies are battling to get their phones installed in new cars. Now, currently, the cell phone companies are underwriting our car leases. Now, I checked with your cell phone provider, and we can add this car lease to your current phone contract. Here's how it works, okay? Now, anywhere you drive during the day counts toward your base miles. But if you go over your mileage in any given month, the rates will double. Now, you can drive anywhere you want to between the hours of 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. on nights and weekends, as long as you're going to see someone that's on your plan, okay? Now, if you drive long distances, long distance rates will apply. Now, the best part about this deal is that rollover miles will be included in your first year. What do you think about that? Huh? No, what? Wait, no, hey, we'll throw in the undercoat.